Good morning. This is Yvette Owens from Company Culture with Yvette C. Owens, and I am welcoming you back to the broadcast. We had a couple weeks off taking vacation, but I wanted to share with you today that we have to ask for what we want. So, as you're coming in, for those of you who don't know me, I help those who feel stuck and want some help getting unstuck, reaching their really purpose and their goals, helping them to move beyond where they are, where they feel that other people have really orchestrated for them to be, or even where they've allowed themselves to be. I also help leaders build healthy organizations. So, and healthy cultures, create healthy cultures in their organizations so that people can thrive. We shouldn't be just existing anymore. We shouldn't just exist. We should be able to thrive, everyone in the organization. So you can join me on Facebook at the Diplomat Chronicles. I also have a Facebook page for Company Culture with Yvette C. Owens. Our organization is called Destiny Speak. The Diplomat Chronicles is actually a leaders forum where we really try to talk to and share information to help leaders become better leaders. You can also find me on YouTube at Yvette C. Owens or Destiny Speak. We are there, Destiny Speak LLC. And then I'm on LinkedIn as Yvette C. Owens. So many platforms where you can reach me. My podcast, which goes out weekly, is found on Spotify, on SoundCloud, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. So please join me there. You'll find many of the other broadcasts that I've released over the year. This is actually I'm in my second year of doing podcasts. So that's awesome. So again, today's topic is ask for what you want. And first and foremost, when we talk about asking for what you want, you have to know the difference between what you're asking and what you really want. And I'm saying that because sometimes our words and what we're saying when we're asking internally don't agree with what we really want. And it shows up or not after we've said it through our actions, right? So when you are asking and you want to be an entrepreneur or you want to be a leader in an organization, yet your behavior, you're not showing up ready, you're not showing up prepared, you're not being consistent, you are your soft skills or your critical competencies that allow you to be successful, which means how you're behaving is not lining up with your desire to grow in the organization or to even build the organization, because you're putting more people off than you are drawing people to yourself. So we must balance what we are asking for with what we really want, because what we really want is showing up internally and it shows up externally. If you want wealth and that you're asking for opportunities to build wealth, well, you need to be able to make sure you're saving, you're eliminating debt, you are incurring healthy debt, because there is healthy debt versus bad debt. You're making wise investments. You're knowing when to hold and not invest, because yes, we should invest in ourselves and invest in what we want, but there's times when we need to not invest. So we know the balance. We're learning. So again, when you're saying I want to ask, when I'm saying ask for what you want, I need you to understand that there's a difference between what you ask and what you really want. So we first must make sure that we're aligning what we want with what we're asking, because what we want may require of us more than what we're willing to give. And what we want may require more of us than what we're aware of. So we need to learn What is it that I have to get? What if I have to give up in order to get what I want? Because then when you ask for it and people are ready to help you get there, then you're ready to go there. So that's the first thing. The other thing is, some of you, when you saw this topic, may have said, hey, there is plenty of people around me that don't have a problem with asking for what they want. And that's true. There's some people that just ask and ask. Again, I'm not sure if their ask is aligning to what they truly want internally. Therefore, they may not be willing to give up and do what it takes to get what they're asking for. So again, that was my first point. Make sure you're willing to do what it takes to get what you're asking for. But those of us, or those of you who are not asking, it's time to ask. It's okay to ask. Now, what brought this up? I was in a meeting the other day, and a gentleman said, hey, I was really looking forward to hearing or doing this piece. And the event that we were talking about was over. It had happened 2 days ago, but the time did not allow us to address the piece that he was referring to. And so we have an upcoming event, and I'm now going to be monitoring or facilitating that event. And so I said to him, would you like to do that piece during this next event? And his response was, I don't care. You have to ask the other leader if they want to do it. I said, I'm asking you because I thought I heard you say you really were looking forward to doing this piece. And I'm telling you, this went back and forth for a few minutes. And I stopped and said, I'm not sure why this is so difficult. It's okay for you to say if you would like us to do that piece. I'm asking you if you would like us to do it on this next event, because I'm willing to put it in the rotation for that event. And his response was, well, I don't really care one way or the other. Perhaps that's true. But what his ask was and what his leading comments were did not line up with what his following comments were. So I wanted to empower some of you to know it's okay to ask for what you want, because somebody may be willing to provide you the opportunity for what you want. Somebody may be willing to provide and just do and give you what you want. But if you never open your mouth and ask for it, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. So again, first point, make sure you're sure about what you're asking and you really want it and you're willing to do what it takes to get it. But then ask for it. Now, some of us are not asking because you're feeling, I don't want to be rejected anymore. I've asked for it. I've tried to go after this before. Guess what? You keep asking until you get a yes. Now, you keep asking till you get a yes also requires you to do your homework, do research, find out why you haven't gotten the yes yet. Because you may also need to do some adjusting. You may also need to be able to find out what's going on that's holding you back from getting your yes. First and foremost, it may simply be because you're not asking. Secondly, it may be because you need to tweak your message. You need to tweak your ask. Because maybe there's people who have to deliver it in pieces and components. And then together, once you get it all together, then you get your full ask, right? So just make sure you're asking for what you really want and that you're going after and you're opening your mouth and you're continuing to ask in different ways. Sometimes people don't hear us the first way because we're not being clear in what we want. We have to be clear in our message. We have to be clear in what we're asking because we're clear in where we want to go and what we want to do with it. So assume and contemplate all the questions that people might have around what you're asking so that you're prepared to support your ask. And then go for it. Keep going until you get an answer. Keep going. Keep willing to support your cause, because there's no greater supporter for you than you. So I just wanted to jump on this morning, share that tidbit with you. Ask for what you want. You deserve it. You deserve it. You have to love yourself first. You have to want what you want more than anyone else. And don't expect someone else to want it more than you. And don't expect someone else to be willing to do more work than you in getting what you want. You're the driver here. Ask for what you want. Support those who are willing to give you or help you get what you want by showing up and showing up ready to do what it takes to get there. And again, most importantly, make sure what you're asking really is in your heart of what you want. Enjoy your day. Again, follow me on Facebook, on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. Tonight, join me as I'm leading a conversation with some colleagues around microaggressions against minorities. I'm glad and so pleased to have our special guest, Donna Carter, who is an HR professional in the pharmaceutical industry, and Sadia Kiljai, who is a technology professional in the financial services industry. They're going to talk about microaggressions that are happening against two minorities and the myths that people are believing and actually saying. So whether it's intentional or whether it's unintentional, we're shining the light on it tonight at 7 p.m. Join me on Facebook or YouTube. I've put the links out on LinkedIn. You can join us tonight at 7 p.m. as we shed the light on microaggressions, what they look like. Some people don't even know what they look like or sound like, so that's why they're doing it. But we're going to help you overcome that. We're going to help you if you are a victim of it and you didn't know what it was called that was happening to you. Now you'll know microaggressions. What do they look like? People making side comments sideways, and you're like, did they really just say that? Yeah. And we'll tell you, and we're going to share how you can help others who may not understand what they're doing to stop. And for those who do for real know what they're doing, how you can counter that. Because you do not have to tolerate that in the workplace or otherwise. Microaggressions are not cool. That's just plain. It's not cool. So join us tonight at 7 p.m. Again, here on Facebook or on YouTube at Destiny Speak LLC. And we'll see you next week. Ask for what you want. You'll not get it any other way. Have a great day.